Hey guys, welcome to another video in our business cost calculator series. We're dimes2dollars.com and we're here for your small business. Today we're going to take a look at a cost calculator file for a personal services business. Typically your hair salons, nail spas, massage parlors, etc. And as with our other cost calculator files, the purpose of this file is to help you cost and price your services and to make sure you're making money in your business. What does the cost calculator file do? It helps you model revenues in your business based on expected sales and selling prices. It helps you capture the costs of providing the services, not just your basic time costs and costs of labor, but also other costs such as variable and fixed costs in your business. The cost calculator file can be used as a pricing tool for your menu, but it can also be used as a planning tool just to see what would happen to your net results if your costs and/or prices changed. And finally, it helps you understand the net result of your activities by way of a P&L. A few things to keep in mind. You key in the inputs, the file is going to calculate based on your inputs. And the file is protected in such a way that you can only provide inputs in cells that are shaded blue. So the file is organized as a series of tabs. And so this first tab here helps you understand what the file really contains and what each of the tabs are doing. So really use this tab to get acclimated with the file and to understand its components. The next tab is our copyright language. We have an extended version of this on our website. By using any of our cost calculator files, you are agreeing to all the terms and conditions of use. So you may want to read this carefully. This tab here is your business details and profit goals tab. You have instructions to the side of the cells as to what these are. The one thing to keep in mind is you want to include the details on your customer demographic and key market segment only to remind yourself and keep reminding yourself who your customer is and who you're selling to. Also down in this section, you're going to set yourself and for your business some goals, revenue goals, profit margin percentages, and the cash profit, which the file will calculate for you. So these goals are going to play into our decision making as you move further along with the file. So this next tab here is our revenues tab, where you're going to start modeling your monthly revenues. So start up here and pick from the list the month and the year you're trying to do this for. Move down here to this section where you're going to start including the details of the service. So name of the service item. So if you're a hair salon, a women's haircut is, for example, a name of a service. Move to this column here and key in the price that you've fixed for the haircut, and typically the number of customers you see per week. Those are the inputs, and the file calculates the estimated average customers per month and also your projected sales per month. So go down this section here and populate for how many of the services you have on your menu in your hair salon business. This next tab is going to capture the time cost. So you have employees in your business for, to whom you pay salaries or wages per hour. You're going to start capturing here. Go down this list and, key in the name of the employee and the hourly rate you pay them. Now this tab here is arguably the most important in the entire file because it helps you cost the true cost of providing services to customers in your business. So we take an example of the hair salon business. So let's say your service item number one is the women's haircut. You keyed it in the first tab, in the revenues tab. So the file is going to automatically pick it up here. Come to this section here, use this little twisty button here and select whoever your team member is that's going to be working on the women's haircut. Now let's say in your business, typically there are two people working on any given female customer. So one helps wash the customer's hair, and the other one gives the actual haircut. Now you're going to go here and pick who's the team member who um, washes the hair and how long it takes in minutes, and then who the team member is that actually gives a haircut and how long that takes in minutes. So again, you can only input your inputs in the cells shaded blue. So only those inputs are required from you. And then move down here. These are the supplies you use in delivering that particular service item, in this case, your women's haircut. So you may be going through hair product, shampoo, whatever else that goes through as consumables. Put in the name of the consumable and your estimated cost, even if it's a couple of cents, doesn't matter. Just put that in. So between the time cost and the cost of supplies, this file helps you calculate what the total cost of service delivery is for that service item. Okay, so this next tab here just captures the summary of all the work we just did. You don't need to provide any inputs in this tab, so just move on to the next tab. Okay, so this next tab here is going to capture our variable costs. Variable costs are those costs that vary with the levels of activity in your business. An example is, say, credit card fees. If you're having a really busy month, you're going to have more credit card fees. And if you're having a slower month, you're going to have less credit card fees. So go through your accounting system and identify those costs that you think are really variable in nature, that really go up and down depending on the levels of activity in your business. We've included a few examples here. These may or may not apply to your specific business. So just go through your accounting system carefully and identify these costs. And you're going to come here to this column and you're going to include those monthly variable costs for whatever that item is in this column. And the file is going to calculate the total monthly variable costs here in this cell. Don't forget to key in the inputs in this section right here. So this is basically the number of operating days per month that you typically have, and also the number of hours per day that you typically have in your business. What this helps do is takes a monthly variable cost number and converts it to a variable cost per minute. And then the file takes this number here and includes it in the costing tab we just saw just before this. So that way your variable costs are actually getting included in the cost of providing services in your business. Okay, this next tab here is very similar to the one we just saw on variable costs, except that this is called fixed costs. Fixed costs are those that do not vary with the levels of activity in your business. An example would be rent. Your landlord is not going to give you a break in the rent just because you're having a slow month. Another example is maybe store manager salaries. Those you still have to pay the people regardless of whether or not you're having a busy month in your business. So the process is very simple. Go to your accounting system, identify those costs that you think are fixed in nature, and include them here. Now, between variable and fixed, you're making sure you're going through your accounting system and capturing all costs and identifying and allocating them between variable and fixed in such a way that we're capturing all the costs in your business in their entirety. The whole purpose of that is the file then takes those inputs and bakes these in to your service delivery costs in such a way that it gives you a good indication of which of the services you're making money on, how much, which of the services you're not making money on or not as much, So that way you can price your services accordingly. So that's the whole purpose of the cost calculators file and even the broader cost calculator series, that we're helping small businesses get to a level of understanding of what their fully baked in costs are in their business for providing their services or goods or whatever the case may be. So that's the purpose of the file, and that's what we're trying to achieve here. All right, guys, we know it's been a lot of information thrown at you, so we're going to quickly recap what we've seen so far in the file up until this point. Very first, we actually, as we started out, we fixed for ourselves monthly revenue and profit targets. We then went and modeled our revenues using our actual service items, whatever's on our menu, the prices that we fixed in our business, and the number of customers we have per week, etc. And after that, we went and costed our service offerings using time costs and also cost of supplies. And finally, we looked at, what other costs are there in the business, including your variable and fixed costs. So this next tab is going to bring it all together for you. This is your projected profit and loss for the month. Basically, the results of all of that activity that you think you're going to have in the business. It basically calculates net profit by taking sales and deducting from there your service delivery costs, your variable costs, and your fixed costs. Now, the cool thing about the file is we've built in alerts that you will see go off if things aren't adding up or your price is not compensating you sufficiently for the costs that it takes to actually provide the service, so on and so forth, that as you go through the file, these alerts pop up where numbers don't make sense. So they actually help guide you to making right pricing and business decisions. So that's a cool feature on the file. Another cool feature we included in the file is the concept of break-even sales. So break-even sales, quite simply, are the basic minimum level of sales you need to hit, above which you start eking out a profit in your business. So if your sales, when you modeled your revenues, let's say, and you put in your price list and everything, if you're coming in lower than your break-even level of sales that this particular sales tells you, you're almost guaranteed to lose money in the business. So that basically says you're not making enough money to cover the variable and fixed costs that are specific to your business. So that's the importance of keeping a very close eye on what the break-even level of sales are. So this again could be different from industry to industry, business to business, or even business to business within a particular industry. So it's really a very unique number to your business. So keep a close eye on that, and this file helps you monitor it as you even build your business out and model things out for yourself. All right, guys, that's the file, and we are dimes2dollars.com, and we're here for your small business. Obviously, feel free to let us know if you had any questions. It only helps us improve our product, and we certainly welcome the feedback. And good luck.